So I was looking through the upcoming games recently after finishing no other than Resident Evil Rec Room. I nearly forgot what it was called then. And then I played the demo of Pragmata. Got it written down. Pragmata. Why can't I never read names of stuff? Anyway, the new upcoming kind of exciting game that might be already released by the time this video comes out. But I was looking at it, I played the demo and it was fun. It was really fun. And when I was looking at the upcoming schedules of games currently this month, and it looked like the kind of next big game, the next, it's kind of AA, I suppose, game coming out. And that AA has been hitting quite well recently with Crimson Desert, that PI one, what I was looking at for a while, the cartoon one, what also looks quite fun, maybe more indie that one. But the AA have been doing well lately with Clarisca and all that kind of stuff. But when I was looking, I took a bit further step back and then looked at Capcom. How good are Capcom doing right now? They haven't really missed. I think the only thing they've really missed was the kind of Monster Hunter Worlds type thing. I don't think that did that well, the sequel, the Wilds one. I think the stories did quite well, the third Stories game, but that's the only thing. Resident Evil, oh my
damn good idea.
God.
Story of my life.
They can't miss. The reason why they don't do any more spin-offs of Resident Evil because they're too probably scared of getting something wrong, but they never get anything wrong. Resident Evil 4 remake. How did they do that so perfectly? The Metal Gear Solid 3 remake was okay, but it just felt like I was playing a remastered version. A remake, you know, like Dark Demon Souls. That kind of feeling. Resident Evil 4 felt like I was playing a near completely different game. And I literally just played the game before, not that long ago, to kind of prepare for it, and it felt so different. And then you can go further to say that Resident Evil, well, 7 was great, 8 was great. People didn't like 8 as much as I thought they did. I loved 8. 8 was like the game that got me back, and then I went to play 7, couldn't finish 7, it was too scary, and then went to 9 and loved it. Even though I do kind of criticize some of the story elements in 9, it was a near perfect game. So good, and it kind of hints to more in the future what could be even better. And it's all due to Capcom. I don't know what is happening. How are they so good at what they do currently? Everything they kind of release has hit quite hard. Even Monster Hunter Wilds, when you look at Capcom, I don't know why Monster Hunter always thinks it's not theirs. Don't know why. Maybe it's connected to a different studio or something, but Capcom are doing great things. And this is kind of like a love letter to Capcom. So let's mumble about that. Currently with Pragmata, playing the demo. It was fun. It was fun. I don't really know why it's so fun. Maybe it's just, I think it's that kind of different thing. And Capcom haven't really released new IPs for so long. They've kind of just added a new game to a current franchise. Well, I suppose if you're trying to get into the good graces of gamers, you should probably just keep on steadily adding to the numbers of good games in your kind of selection. Like, look across the board currently at the last 10 years, we've had a really good Resident Evil, from the remakes to the new games. The remakes haven't really been hit or miss. Everyone complained about Resident Evil 3. It's not that bad. It's a bit short and they cut a lot of stuff out, but it was fun. It felt rushed because I feel like they were trying to get it out before something. I don't know, I didn't really work it out well. But Resident Evil 2, holy shit, that was a good game. I've never played the original, so I didn't really have a kind of memory of what it would be like, but it was so fun. So fun. It kind of like got me more into horror games. It was that good. And we kind of just go on this further note of that whole franchise. Let's stop talking about Resident Evil. I went back to it. That Pragmata though, after playing what I was saying, and then I went on a mumble about Resident Evil again. Pragmata, don't know if I'm saying the name right, is kind of this new franchise possibility, and I think it's that probably because it does kind of feel new. It kind of feels like you've played something like it before. Maybe they have a game that they made a while ago what felt like it. You just kind of feel like that, but just that added little detail of the hacking ability, the kind of nice father-daughter relationship they have. The story does seem like it will be kind of sweet but kind of sad at the same time. It does feel like it kind of has that atmosphere. I'm hoping think you do see at the end of the trailer that the world does expand massively, because currently you only fight a little bit. I do kind of have a worry that it will kind of be too closed in areas, but it does seem slightly lower budget than a AAA, like a AA, as I did say, so it does feel like maybe it doesn't really matter that much, as the areas will still be fun. And the collectibles you have, not the collectibles, the kind of different items you use are already exciting. It's such a small portion of the game, but it just feels like you could play a lot more of it. That's why demos can be just this underrated way of just showing the game. It was such a small part, you went over there and you went over there, but that small part made you go, wow. And the reviews are already kind of stellar currently, I think they're doing very well in reviews. So that is very exciting. And this could be a new franchise for them. They've done it before. Dragon's Dogma was another thing. Was not personally my game, to be honest. Played the first one, played the second one. Didn't really like either. But that is basically what Desert Escape, whatever it's called now, that big game people are talking about, but it's kind of died off now, was talking about. And that was kind of probably the template for something like that. Dragon's Dogma, because I played a bit of it. It was exciting, it was kind of fun, but it just kind of lacked for me, but it was still beloved. And that is just another thing they've done. Now we have obviously things like Street Fighter. Don't know. Street Fighter. You like Street Fighter? Is the last Street Fighter good? Free Street Fighter? I don't know. Let's skip over that. Devil May Cry. Devil May Cry is done good. 5 wasn't great, but I think 5, if we count in 10 years of kind of this Capcom rebirth of kind of stuff and this growth of Capcom over the years, Devil May Cry might not be in there. It has had the TV show, what was really good, a bit hated because everything's hated if they made an adaptation or anything. I don't like The Last of Us, but the TV show's getting another season and we probably will get a new game, what hopefully will be a lot better, as they've gone on this weird roll, and this kind of expectations for anything with that Capcom stamp now is very high for me. I don't think there is another kind of company in video games currently with this kind of expectations on a game just because it has that stamp of Capcom. And then on the other side, just games I haven't really played that have been praised for years, like Ace Attorney, that kind of thing, what has still been growing and still apparently good. I'm not sure about that one. It just feels like currently when you just look at these games they're releasing over even the past 5 years, from Dragon's Dogma to Resident Evil to Pragmata, they are hitting everything on the head. Street Fighter, I think, had a release in there, but I don't know. Also doing that Street Fighter film that also looks rough. I'm not saying about the adaptations, I'm saying about the games, okay? The games. There's not much on the really horizon. I don't think they have a big log of schedule stuff because you kind of know a lot of stuff is just going to get a sequel. But what they have currently, it's just so detailed. It's got such story kind of focus. It just has such still unique kind of gameplay. So go back to Resident Evil 9, the mix of kind of all the kind of past games into this. It doesn't just release a game just for releasing a game, well, even though it will obviously do that because they have to do that. They release this game that kind of means something. Like, think of another, what's a studio like Capcom? I can't really think of one on the same level that throws out these icons. Like FromSoft, well, FromSoft do it in a different way, obviously, because they all are the same kind of feeling of a game. And then there's Atlas, what does that as well. It's all kind of the same feeling of the game. It doesn't really have these iconic things, even though Capcom does have the age kind of on their side. But it's just the fact that it's not just the same thing. It's not like Assassin's Creed, where it is, we're still in this weird Assassin's Creed land where it doesn't evolve. Like, Resident Evil didn't have to evolve. It did to survive, but it could still be going on, pushing you into this kind of weird route. And this Resident Evil 9 did evolve. And Pragmata is, it's nothing like they already have. It's like they looked at a game like Starfield, like these other studios want this sci-fi audience, like Dead Space and stuff, and thought, there's not much space sci-fi stuff around currently. Let's make one. Let's just make one. Let's just see. We're on a roll right now. Let's make a new franchise for people who want something like this. That want something that's like kind of cutesy kind of thing. This cute story with a father and a daughter type feeling. And that's what they did. Pragmata looks great. I've already played the demo currently. I'm hoping to pick up the game at some point pretty soon. Probably won't do a review about it. This is kind of my whole thing about the Pragmata, just going on about how good Capcom is going currently, and it is. It's so just fun. It's just so fun to play a Capcom game right now. That's what it kind of makes you feel like when this kind of doesn't happen a lot. A company doesn't have this kind of brand anymore. The studio doesn't have this brand of they made this, it'll probably be good. Monster Hunter aside, if you are a hardcore Monster Hunter fan, maybe you're all damaged by it. But I'm a not hardcore, but I'm a Resident Evil fan, and I love this Pragmata, Devil May Cry, all these kind of games what have been getting better, and it's been seen. It's definitely been seen a lot. People are saying about how good they are, including myself. But what do you think? Are Capcom on this roll that I'm talking about, or are they going up? And have they peaked? Have they peaked? Have they peaked in high school? Why is that a thing? That's a word, that's the thing. Have they peaked in high school and they're kind of hitting that ground? Can you really say that though, with the Pragmata just releasing? Probably not. Am I slightly worried of what they're going to do with Resident Evil 10? Kind of, but that's another story for another day. Comment below your thoughts, and I will see you on the next Mumble.